Go for auto-sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 22 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds and counting. 10 seconds.
We've gone for main engine start.
Lighting up the nighttime sky as we continue.
Space, the final frontier. No, this is no Star Trek malarkey. This is something grounded in real-world science, powered by the 8-bit NES. This is a little hidden gem, especially if you, like me, you're into space and space history and space flight history, because this is Space Shuttle project from Absolute, licensed by Nintendo. But yeah, this is a wonderful little simulator. It's absolutely a simulator, even though it conveys a lot of what it does via like arcadey sequences and QTEs. It does so very well and has an authentic atmosphere. Now, this seems to be something of a spiritual successor to Shuttle for the Atari 2600 by Activision, because the brother of Gary Kitchen, who designed Shuttle, Steve Kitchen worked on this game and seems to be the lead designer as well, so it seems to be something of a family passion project. It's basically a series of mini games. This first one here, you have to match, you flashed a security code and a ship name, and if you get it wrong, you get deducted a life. So there, as you can see, like it's 7777 discovery. So you need to just time your inputs. It's simple. It gives the air of something of a cop protection. I wasn't sure when I first played this. I wasn't sure if it was a cop protection or not, which would be weird for a cartridge. Then we're off to our first mission, which would be, yes, there are 6 missions and there are several different stages. This one, we are boarding, basically prepping the ship, the shuttle, and the orbital for launch. And look at these graphics. These are absolutely wonderful graphics. Some of the most detailed and vibrant graphics I've seen on NES.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We've gone for main engine start.
This is where some of the additional QTEs kick in. The primary launch sequence to get into orbit. You just tap in time. This one you have to chase a little arrow around, hold position there, join them together. Or a wiggly little thing, one hold still. It's simple stuff, but it works. Booster separation. Thrusting for great justice, and chasing with arrows. Yeah, I do wonder if this was used for edutainment purposes as well. I can imagine this being used in a classroom alongside more in-depth studies of shuttle flight. And now that we're finally in
Space!
can begin the series of tasks that Mission Control have allotted us, and these are varied. They range from, as we see here, placing a satellite in orbit via a little arcadey sequence. You gotta be careful about your timing so it doesn't get bumped by the little drone satellites there. And at the end of each mission, there's always a landing, which gets progressively more complicated. The first one has a few things. We're back into QTE territory here, rolling and thrusting and whatnot. It's all done very nicely though. The animation is wonderful, and the music sets the scene. Thrust, thrust again, and yeah, each as you get to like mission 2 and 3, especially 3 as well, where the difficulty spikes up a bit. You're doing more than this as well. You have to guide little targets, like little crosshair overlay of your ship and do specific course corrections. It's very nicely done because you're not just doing the same thing over and over again. Down it goes, our mighty shuttle into a psychedelic landscape. Yeah, well, this is your re-entry sequence here. You're falling, brake, quick brake. Yes, chase. Oof. And a nice landing there, a perfect landing, I should say. Yes, and as the retro achievements popping, Shuttle Heroes return. Orbiter has flown back to Florida atop 747. It's all done very, very nicely. I would have absolutely gone crazy over this as a kid, because I was mad into space, and I did enjoy playing Shuttle on Atari 2600, and then later on there was an Amiga and DOS PC simulator called, I think it was called Shuttle as well, by Virgin, which is like a proper simulator. My dad and I used to sit there with the books and flight plans and overlays, playing that together. Welcome home. You get a little code, so at the end of each mission you get a code to pick up where you left off, which is again very fair. Not expecting you to sit there all in one go, unlike some games. But yeah, I can't recommend Shuttle for NES enough to give it a go. It's a lovely little scientific diversion from the usual shmups and platformers and action scrollers and whatnot. Right, I feel I've shown enough of Space Shuttle Project to whet appetites. I don't want to show it all because it's worth playing as blind as possible, as you can after seeing this episode, because there is a lot to enjoy. It's a real passion project, and it's just worth spending an hour just to go through all the missions. And yeah, the QTEs don't really get tedious and varied enough, and it layers on complexity nicely. And I can't recommend it enough. Can't praise the team behind this enough either. It's wonderful. It's lovely. I'm not sure how it's escaped my gaze this long. I've been digging into the NES library for over a year now, and it's taken me this long. Not sure why. I will also say thank you for watching, and yeah, all the usual, like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, really helps. Give me a comment if you want to leave some comments about it. And until the next Quick Bites, this is Coffee and Retro Sharka signing off.